Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 60-second car, the podcast that, is having a pretty interesting week. Both lots of hard work, lots of just things happening, and, the reason we're yet again recording on a day after that we kind of decided our recording sessions would be, and I think we've only done one of maybe two of these sessions on that day.
I want to say one.
My name is Dan. I am currently, it's very warm and cloudy outside. It's almost like we're in Hawaii or Florida, and I am not a big fan. Today as always, we're joined with no guest, but we are joined with the co-host, as always, Daniel, aka Overcord. Hello.
Hello, 'tis I. Question, have you been to Hawaii?
Oh yeah, family's from Hawaii.
Oh, that'll do it. I've never been. I feel like people are always twisting my arm to go.
Okay.
I'm not somebody who vacates and relaxes, so in my head, there's nothing to do there.
Same.
So,
I feel that. Yeah. There's lots of things to do. Katie's never been either. So, has Katie Bear been?
no, but she really wants to go.
Okay. I think we have to buy 4 tickets soon and go to Hawaii.
Cool, let's do a live show. No, let's just go for relaxing. Clearly, we
can
can't
do
just
it
go.
on the beach with Coronas.
Hell yeah. Has the series been to Hawaii?
No, but Hawaii-like places.
Yeah. And Michelle Rodriguez did a lot of time in Hawaii for Lost, so.
Yeah, there you go. However, before we fully get into this episode, we have a brand new theme song. Kick it, DJ!
60-second code.
And once again, welcome back to the 60-second car. One of these episodes is going to be in Hawaii. We're just going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I
just learned
no
I don't
excuse.
hear your computer sound when you do that. So you were just dancing to nothing for me, which is great.
Yep. Which is akin to like my it's weird to say old school streams, like the classics the streams that maybe one person who's watching now would have been around, 2 people would have been around during that time where I used to do a jig or a little boogie for certain events and stuff. And to the stream, everybody saw what it was supposed to look like, which was me dancing to music and cool stuff. However, if you walked into my office during that moment, you just experienced what that would have looked like.
It's pretty hot, but you know.
I've had one time where the music didn't play for stream, but it played for me, so I was dancing to music. And apparently I was going hard enough to where I was just making noises with my mouth that I didn't think anybody heard, and people were like, "What are you doing?" So that was interesting. But yeah, that is our brand new theme song, the 60-second car theme ? That I have labeled here. Written, produced, composed, and designed all the way up and down, mastered maybe even by Daniel himself.
I did a little audio adjustment. I guess that counts as mastering. Yeah, that was me messing around with a MIDI keyboard and trying my best. So I said ? Because I sent it being like, I guess it could be a theme. I could do another take at it. But if you're happy, chat's happy, everyone's happy.
It's
I
good,
don't do it
and it reminds me of maybe something that they may have listened to in F9, Fast 9, where they go to space, and it's a little space themed. Oh, I'm glad you pulled out your beverage. Mine is very much the opposite of adult beverage.
I mean, we have the same glass.
Yeah, I
Cute.
put it in this glass on purpose. But it is a juice blend, pineapple, mango, and banana. And but I'm gonna put a lovely little straw in it.
I think it still counts as a cocktail since it's multiple ingredients.
It also has a little bit of creatine inside. So yeah, exactly. Perfect. I need my carbs today.
I got myself a Brother Thelonious by North Coast.
Brother Thelonious.
I mean, it is a Corona Dark or something.
Oh God, that would be horrible.
Yeah, probably.
Brother Thelonious. Why does that sound familiar? What is that? That's a thing. That's got to be a thing.
Jazz man, I think.
That makes sense. Okay. It sounds Greek. I guess it probably. I don't know. Maybe. Anyway. Today, we're covering minute nine. Yes, 9.
9, the one that starts with 8.
Correct.
Our favorite game.
Yeah. I totally had it down when I made the stuff, but then I got it backwards. I don't know what I did. I do know that this is going to be an issue for whatever. No, I'm fine. We'll make this work. This will be good. So I went through and I was doing the screenshots, and we essentially come to the first scene, basically what we talked about last time a little bit. We have Dom and his what did you call it? His
What did I call it? It was like anger cage or something? It was like
it's a cage where they for some reason keep nothing back there. It's just a manager cage or something.
He's got like a refrigerator that seems like it has stuff for sale, but then you have to go into the chicken coop to get to it. So I don't know if it's really back stock or if it's floor stuff. Anyway, their store is an enigma anyway.
It being chicken wire, I think, is probably the weirdest part.
Yes.
As I probably said last time, but I don't remember, so it's fine. But yeah, we have he's looking back as Watch Your Back has started playing. And it's currently lowered as we're in the store, back in the store, not outside on the street. And he looks back, and as we see in the screenshot, kind of smug, a little bit like, what the heck am I looking back for? Like the disappointed dad almost.
He is such a disappointed dad in this minute. Like but it establishes so much about who Dom Toretto is and for within his family and his group of friends and stuff, because he is so annoyed to have to deal with this. He's just like an angry father. And like when he comes out of his cage, he asks, "What did you put in that sandwich?" Which is Dom's first line of the series. And that's great.
And it's pretty comedic, yeah.
Yeah. He comes out with a laugh. Great introduction. And then,
And that's where we get this look from Mia. Just real funny. She's
really
genuinely concerned.
I mean, 2 people are fighting because of her tuna. Call that twist that any way you want. What's up? What's up?
I don't want to.
Sorry. Sandwich. Okay, tuna sandwich. Yeah, so Vince and Brian are getting each other's faces and having a row. I don't know, like, are people telling them to stop, really? They are, right? It's like, stop, and that's kind of the extent of it. Mind you, sunglasses guys are having a great time.
Is anybody telling them to stop? I don't think so. They're all concerned about Dom getting out there to stop it. Like, okay, I get that Vince is a big guy, right? But Leon could probably do something about it, right?
Oh, yeah, I don't know why the other guys, like, Leon, Jesse, they're just watching on. They could easily jump in and help their buddy, but they don't. Or they could break them up, and they don't. But instead, they play Don't Wake Daddy, and they lose. And Don comes out, and, oh my God. So like I said, this really establishes who Dom Toretto is, because he comes out there, and he ultimately breaks up the fight with his infinite strength, and he just screams, "You embarrass me." That hurt. That had to hurt, like more than any other reaction or anything Dom could have said. "You embarrass me." Oh, that.
No, we've skipped past. So this
sorry
is
if
where
I
he
skipped
says,
ahead.
This is where he says you embarrass me. This is when he's looking back at. He's pointing. This is the disappointed dad. Exactly what you're talking about. You know this face. If you've ever had, if your father was around or whatever it might have been, but if you've ever done something. And maybe you were, you were with your mom, and maybe your mom was getting pissed and she's just tired of I mean, frankly, she's tired of your shit. She's been dealing with you all day long. And dad comes in and it stops you and says, this face right here, you stop it now. This is disappointed dad.
I think it kind of gives like I'm not mad, I'm disappointed, but he's also mad.
So is he mad at the fact that he had to come out of his chicken coop?
It seems like it's more of that, yeah. He was relaxing, sweating in his chicken coop, and disturbed his soda pop of some sort.
Yeah. Oh, and I mean, we've said this a million times, but these guys are sweaty. In fact, I think this scene, it's a little hard to tell because of how small I have the screen here, but if you blow it up, if you go watch the movie in freeze frame here, they may have taken this a bunch of times, or he was just sweating this bad in his chicken coop, which he probably was. But there is like, you know, the dirt lines that you get from working all day and just having sweat drip down the side of your head. That is, it is deep in this. It's a little hard to tell, like I said, because of this, but it's deep. There is just dirt just streaming down the sides of his face.
I mean, if I'm hot and I'm more irritable, so maybe that's part of it too.
Yeah,
It's already
absolutely.
he's annoyed to be that sweaty because when he stands up in the last minute, he's got like sweat stains down to like
Oh,
his
it's bad.
bottom of his ribs. So yeah, anything's gonna set you off. So I saw you had other screenshots in there. I feel like I jumped ahead. What
No,
else
it's
did you
okay.
have?
It's okay. I got a few things. So
Please.
we're back to so Mia's like, Dom, get out there and do something. What are you doing? And then he kind of ignores her. He brushes her off. Dom
Little
just
sister.
is like, whatever. Yeah, little sister saying stuff. She's freaking out. She's overreacting. You know, typical men of the 90s, 2000s at this point, and obviously before. But you know, this little sister's freaking out. Whatever. And then that's when Letty says something. She's like, Dom. And then now he's pissed off the girlfriend. Now he's got to do something. And that's when he gets up. I took this next screenshot specifically because I wanted to point out, as soon as they're going out, Jesse is so excited. He's got the biggest smile on his face as they all go rolling out to stop the fight.
Honestly, that's me in the group. I'm an instigator. I want to see something go down. I don't really want to be involved. If something is going down, I'm having a great time.
Yeah, he is so funny, or he's just so happy. I didn't get the screenshot after this, but they do a little take of Letty looking back at Mia, because as we know, like, Letty and Mia have a good relationship, right? They've known each other forever. They're the only girls around, really. That's part of the family. And so they stop, and she gives this, like, you know, annoyed look of, sorry he ignored you. I'm sorry I had to step in and say something, you know? And then that's when so as we see this going on, as we see this fight going on, they look out a few times where he does the tuna. Go ahead.
For those on YouTube or in the stream, this screenshot is wonderful. Thank you for getting us this.
Yes. I had to, in fact, the Jesse one, I had to go back and forth a few times and slow it down to get this exact frame, because Jesse's moving back and forth behind Dom a few times in this as they like are weaving through the grocery store aisles, and this is the best way I can get Jesse's giant smile.
I meant the next one, but that one's great too. This.
No. But that shows I had to also do the same thing to get this exact frame
Wonderful.
too, because it's only at one moment where he actually his momentum stops, where it's not blurry as hell. So then that's this frame right here. It might only be one frame. So we have we look out during a lot of these scenes, and there's one part where Brian's got Vince in like a chokehold and like giving him uppercuts to the stomach and stuff like that. And then it goes to the close-up two-shot, which this is typical very 90s action, where in order to instead of doing really like deep choreography where they spend like months training on the fights and stuff like that, what they do is they push in real tight of the fight, and they really don't have to do much. They just kind of have to move around and throw fake punches, and it looks like a pretty intense action scene. And that's essentially what they do here. But when they push out to the two-shot, it is Vince on top of Brian, giving him the what for. But then as Dom is coming out, Brian is then on top, because they, you know, typical roll over, fight. And then that's where we get this, which is Dom lifting and pushing Brian onto what looks like Leon's car, the blue car. And then we have this amazing face, the incredible acting chops of Paul Walker.
Oh, whoa, face.
Yeah, definitely a whoa face. And then that's where he's like, whoa, he was in my face. And then we have this amazing mouth agape, very young Vin Diesel saying, I'm in your face.
Another great line. I feel like I'm just going to highlight every single one of his lines because they're all great. But
great
I'm in
line.
your face is a good one. But
I'm
yeah,
in
he
Your Face
was
is a great line.
Vince saying he was in my face. He was more than in his face. They were in each other's faces. Like they were basically just like face to face.
Yeah.
In your face is like if you do that chest bump thing, the bullshit macho posturing. But that was more than that. But yeah, but how the tone changes when he does this and he's in his face.
The music stops, right? I
Oh
believe?
yeah, music. I don't have anything for music going on unless "Watch Your Back" by Benny Cassette's still going. But I don't know if it
No,
is.
I think as soon as Vin pushes Paul, I think the music cuts. I think it's over.
I wonder if he has something in his contract like I can't lose a fight, and if I'm talking, there's no music. The latter's
Can't
probably
lose a
not
fight.
true.
That's Dwayne Johnson's thing, isn't it?
Supposedly, it's both of them. That's why when they do fight,
Oh.
it's a draw.
Interesting. I would argue that there's a couple of fights where Vin would have won, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, we have this. You're an embarrassment, and then the very next scene, we actually get to see Brian Earl Spillner's license.
Okay, I have some notes about this.
Yes.
So Dom breaks up a fight between one of his friends and this guy who's coming around, and just decides to dig through this guy's wallet. Why is he going through his wallet? Is he also already like thinking Dom or Brian's a cop? Because why else would he do this?
So this was obviously just post Y2K, right? So
Sure.
I have a feeling that the writers they probably wrote this during Y2K, the year 2000, and they were like, okay, we got to put tech in this movie, right? Because tech is all the talk. Everybody's talking about computers and all these things. And for some reason, I have a feeling that they just had it lit up already that they were going to do a background check on him because they have the internet, and there's no reason to bullshit because you can find anything on the web no matter what. Because I do believe that this was a pretty genuine scare of the American population of the fact that this is the beginning of privacy being gone because of the internet.
Also, Arizona in 2001 had the ugliest licenses. Look at that thing.
They probably still kind of have a weird license, to be honest.
I have family in Arizona. I wonder if they could send me a screenshot.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to share this on a podcast. No questions.
Also, probably license plates. I think Arizona has some weird ones. Nevada definitely has some weird ones. Yeah, there's a lot of interesting things here. But I wanted to maybe zoom in, but we kind of see a lot of everything about him, and I didn't see any weird details, but I don't know if you noticed anything.
I mean, really the only thing is something I'm trying to confirm slowly. Yeah, the fact that he's got the surname of Spillner, which I guess is his undercover name, but like I'm curious who Spillner is within the world of the writers.
Yeah, so Brian Earl Spillner, which I guess his detective bosses refer to him as O'Connor, but they don't know him as O'Connor until the very end of the movie, right?
Right. So I was just looking on Wikipedia to make sure it was indeed like I was like, have I called him Brian O'Connor incorrectly? No, that's who he is. But he has multiple alii. Brian Earl Spillner and T. Bridges, which I don't remember. I guess we'll come back to that. And of course, then the nickname Snowflake, Bullet, and Buster. So that's fun.
Oh, Buster,
T.
yeah.
Bridges. Yeah. I mean, that's in
Yeah.
this movie, but like
Yeah.
T. Bridges, I don't know what that's about.
I don't know who T. Bridges. That's one of Brian's nicknames.
That's one of his aliases. So that's like one of his undercover names.
Interesting. That's not. Oh, is there a possibility? No, he's Brian O'Connor in Too Fast, Too Furious, even to the mob dude, the smuggler. I wonder where that is. Huh. Interesting. Maybe that's an origin story of his first undercover job. But I think isn't this? No, I guess it's possible that this isn't his first undercover job because he is trying to go for detective in this movie. That is one of the lines where he's like trying to. If you want that detective badge, you're gonna have to play ball or something like that, you know?
Right.
So yeah, so we have Brian Spilner, and that's where we see this, and I can't. This is not where he asks where he works, but
Yeah, it is.
oh, this is where he asks where he works.
He says, "You work for Harry, right?" And he says, "Yeah, I just started," and that's where it ends.
And he just said you were just fired, right?
Right.
Because the next scene we have is actually him at the shop. Got it.
Yes.
So yeah, that's when he looks back at the truck and he's like, yeah, there you go. And we've talked about this before, but yeah, this must be like him just getting right off work. And so, because he's driving his regular car everywhere else.
And I know, like, it's been 22 years, but like Vince looks like a baby. Or
he looks
Vince.
so young. Mm-hmm.
Vin looks like a baby.
Vin Diesel, yeah.
I called him Vince. What an idiot.
I mean, it's one of those things that we thought was his actual name for years.
Sorry, Mark Sinclair looks like a baby.
Mark Sinclair looks like a baby. Yeah. I mean, he's not super yoked. Which you posted a picture, I think, on Instagram talking about the podcast of him at a Laker game, I believe.
Yes.
And then I saw him getting up and leaving with one of his kids, and somebody was taking video of him leaving, and the caption it kind of encapsulated it perfectly. It said, "Bro doesn't exhale when he walks because his shoulders are forward, like he walks with his arms straight down, shoulders forward, looking like he's just always inhaled." Just always just. And I'm like, I don't know if that's just how he is. I feel like probably, because I don't think he's that self-conscious of a guy, but maybe he is. I don't know.
He just constantly has the like posture of a cartoon chicken who's getting ready to fight. Like I compared Vince to Bluto in previous episodes. It's basically the same thing. Just
yeah. In fact, is Vince bigger than Dom here? I don't know.
Great question.
It like, I feel like, Vince has played a couple more action roles and probably has that maybe type of situation. But yeah, I don't know if necessarily if he's bigger, and maybe that's why they cast him, because they're like, you're going to play the muscle. Whereas Vin Diesel's going to play could be the muscle, but doesn't have to be, because he's got all this respect, which actually encapsulates this scene a little bit too. He's like, you embarrass me, but it's like, why are you guys friends in the first place? Probably because he's your protector in some ways.
So according to the internet, which, I feel like there's a lot of discourse about the height of Vin Diesel. Vin Diesel is 5'11" and a half without lifts, which, I mean, sure. I've also heard down to 5'9", but I'm a whopping 5'5", short king. And this other dude, Vince, aka Matt, is 6'1". So,
okay.
I think Matt's still supposed to be the muscle, but Dom's the everything in the group dynamic. Except I guess he's also
that apparently can't
muscle,
fight.
The brain, the wild card. He's all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Matt.
Yeah.
But
I was just saying, Vince is the muscle who obviously got his butt kicked.
Did he get his butt kicked? It felt kind of even, and then Dom broke it up.
I mean, well, I guess that's part of what we're just talking about. Because how tall is Paul Walker? He seems a little bit taller than Vin Diesel. He's probably 6 foot. So I guess they're roughly the same size. So I guess
6'2".
it was probably even. He's 6'2". Okay, so he's my height.
Brag.
But wait, so Vince is shorter by an inch? That's interesting. That's
he is in this shot.
Interesting.
He is in this shot right now.
No, that's Vin. I'm talking about Vince. Sorry.
Vince.
What's his name? I forget his name.
Matt Schulz. So
Matt,
he's an inch shorter.
Okay.
Which.
Yeah, no, it's not a big deal. But yeah, that makes sense. Like 2 inches shorter there. Okay. So, yeah, I guess it was pretty even, but it really does feel like at least one. Okay, emotionally, I think Paul Walker, Brian O'Connor won that fight though, because
sure, yeah,
Vince definitely lost his cool and couldn't handle himself.
But like as we see in the next minute, he almost lost entirely.
Yeah, Right. Exactly. So yeah, I mean, we have that's I mean, I guess that's the minute, right? That's pretty much it. This is very conveniently, the fight takes place in this full minute, right? It kind of starts and ends in this minute.
Thanks, guys. Making our life easy.
It does. I feel like the next minute is also very well encapsulated.
It is.
We do have one more thing to do before we end this episode, though.
Of course.
I have not. No, you don't know. I have not. I have not told. I have not relayed any information. I may or may not have procured. Oh, that's paper.
Well, while you set this up, I just wanted to say that during the race, Frank abandons his chance to escape when he chooses to aid Faber, who has crashed into a truck after a dramatic railway crossing. That's the actual thing that happens in the Fast and the Furious 19.
The original. Yep.
We're almost done. We're almost done with this synopsis.
We have more Fast X cars.
No!
I did not tell, for those listening and those watching, I did not tell Daniel I didn't. I got these yesterday. This pack
Did you see it again?
I did not see it again. Katie thought that's what you were gonna think. No, I procured these from another person, from another human somewhere in the world. I have a brand new spanking pack. I wanted to talk about this though. I looked around just because I was curious. I don't think anybody has purchased yet, but people are listing the two rares that exist in this pack, because there are two rares. It's Dominic Toretto and it's Dante Reyes. Those are the two rares, and they're limited. They printed like 300 of them global, and all the other cards are common. They printed 1 billion of them.
Do these have a square, diamond, star system like Pokemon did?
No, but
diamond?
I think they're printed. I think they're limit printed with their numbers on them of which print it is, which is very valuable. But people are listing them, and again, I don't think any have been purchased yet, for around $5,000 each.
Cool.
And I don't know. I bought this for $4.50.
Hell yeah.
So this we're gonna open this up and see what we get out of this. These are not resealed. I looked at these pretty closely. I did the Pokemon game for a little bit, so I kind of know what to look at and stuff like that. But again, these are the beautiful thick cards that looks like the new Star Wars cards, which, if you're a Star Wars fan, which I know Daniel is, if you haven't seen those cards, they're actually very beautiful and very cool.
I can't say I don't know what you're talking about. Are they just movie poster cards?
The Star Wars one? No, there are lots of movie scene pictures. There are medals and medallions that come up that are made for the card prints. But the cool things, there's two cool things that can be had from these. There are one of one drawn from the artists that have done Star Wars art officially. One of one character arts, which one of the official artists literally like draws Darth Vader or draws. I think a friend of mine got an Ahsoka. And it's the only print that exists. It's right there. You get that. There's another really cool thing that comes from those is they will also put embed within a thick card itself, cuts and like literal like pieces of costumes that were shot with the movies in there. So you'll have like a little patch of like Lando's cape or something like that.
Could I get Jar Jar's vest?
I don't know, but that would be interesting. That would be really cool, though. All right, so we're gonna start pulling these cards. Again, it comes with 5. Yeah, five cards. I don't know what we're gonna get. I don't know what we have here. I don't even know if any of all 300 or whatever of the cards have been found yet. But we're gonna.
I have a question before you start.
Yes.
So last time we did this, we discovered that some were matte, some were glossy.
Yeah,
Is that any indication of rare or common? Is that like a middle ground? No, so it's just like the two rares and then everything else.
So maybe we'll compare some of these, but these are all glossy.
Ooh.
All of these are glossy. So I don't So, okay, so we definitely don't know because we had, a mixture of the other two, and these were technically, I have them all right here. These were technically all common, right? They're all rated common because if they're not Vin Diesel or what's his name? Then they are not part of the rare collection. So
Jason Momoa, if we're saying
Jason Momoa, yes,
real names,
yes, of course. So yeah, first let's pull up what we have here. We have the British lady. What's her name?
Like we didn't know her name last time
no,
either.
I think this is a duplicate here, but
Emmanuel is her real name, I think, or something like that.
That makes sense.
Yeah. She's also in Game of Thrones. Should I look it up, I guess?
Oh, she is in Game of Thrones. That's right. I forgot. Right, she's one of Khaleesi's assistants, right? Or like her main assistant.
Yeah.
That's right.
With the worm fella.
Yeah. She's in love with Worm. or I don't know what they had. I didn't finish that series. Did you finish watching that series?
Mm-hmm. I wasn't mad about it like everyone else, but also I don't really get mad about
Sure.
shows like that, I guess. Ramsey. Why could we remember Ramsey?
Ramsey, that's right. So yeah, she plays Ramsey, and she's the tech guru that makes God's eye, whatever it's called, God's hand.
Have you
next,
even seen these movies? Hey,
Tyrese. We have a Tyrese. I think it's a duplicate too.
What if they're all the same?
They could be. Next, there's Han.
They're all the same.
They're all
so
the
cool.
same. Yep,
all right, so
they're
now
all
I
the
don't
same.
feel bad about asking for the Han in the other pack. Hook it up.
Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna send you all the dupes. Absolutely. Bam. Oh, we've got Jacob.
Okay, was that in the other pack? I honestly don't remember now.
It was. Here, I'll pull these out. We have a Mia, we have a Tej, we have a Han, we have a Cypher. Oh, and then we have Brie Larson. So no, actually Jacob is new.
Okay, cool.
Jacob is a new one. And then we have a Mia.
All right, so
Another duplicate. So
4 out of 5.
The duplicates we have are Mia, Han, Rome, and yeah.
Cool.
And Ramsey, that's her name. I'm like, this is one of my biggest weaknesses is remembering names. It is the worst. I am absolutely the worst.
Speaking of Game of Thrones, I don't remember anyone's name. This one road trip Katie Bear and I went on, we were driving, and for 2 hours, I described what I thought was happening in the series based on how much I'm paying attention, whose names I know. And at the end, she's like, "You're 15% right?" Because all the families and the politics, I just got completely wrong, and everybody's name. I thought 3 guys were named John or Rob Crow. That's nobody's name. That's the guitarist of a band called Pinback. So
Rob Crow is good.
Yep.
Rob Crow's a good one. Oh my god. Oh. Well, we've done it. That's a minute. We've covered minute 9 of The Fast and the Furious. Not the original. And just not the original. We did cover the original today.
It's true.
But with that being said, if you're watching on any of these platforms or you're listening, make sure to, I don't know, interact with some way. Whatever you do, whatever's most comfortable for you. If you even if you don't like it, drop it a dislike. That's fine too. It all does something. Yeah, why not? We don't see those anyway.
Sure.
YouTube took those away months ago. So you do whatever you want. But if you want to leave us a review on any of these platforms, you can do that too. That is something that I think helps. I don't know. These platforms are weird. They like when people interact, no matter really what it is. I'll tell you right now that if you leave negative comments, I won't read them. So you can do that if you want, but I won't read them. But my name's Dan, otherwise known as Danotage on all platforms. I am once again, as always, with my friend Daniel, aka Overcord. If you want to, leave us a message at 60secondcar@gmail.com. Follow us at 60secondcar on Twitter and Instagram. And or just go to the link tree that we have listed on those platforms and follow it everywhere. Whatever your favorite place is. And with that, we'll see you all next time.